Hi lovers, hi guys, how are you guys doing? It's Ilma Daniel. Welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscribers, please welcome back. If you are watching us for the first time, please subscribe and join the family. I feel the need to discuss this. I actually came across something. It's a 13 boy child that killed himself after being scolded for watching porn. So it is in the newspaper. It was in the newspaper of this week or last week. And now as parents, we are being asked to speak to children about sex. Okay. And in a way, it's quite a sensitive matter in a way. We mostly as parents, I personally, what have crossed my brain is maybe about to talk about sex only to children when they are growing up. They don't let anybody touch you here. Don't let anybody touch you like this. Don't let anybody do this to you, just for awareness, because people are raping children nowadays and people are taking advantage of children. But it didn't really cross my brain as into when really should I start discussing sex with children's. Yeah, when they grow up a little bit, maybe then you sit them down and go like, okay, fine, there are these activities that happens between adults, more especially meant for married women and men, married couples, because as the Bible says, because it's quite a mess. How either if maybe you find yourself in this situation, you can address it as such. We don't know, man, guys. Yeah. But we don't know. Some of these topics they are going to just challenge us as parents. And I am here sitting here not because I am an expert, not because I understand this thing better, but because I need people's input. I think I've never really said like this, and I'm just like, you know what? I think it's about time then we discuss this thing, just because I want to hear people's opinions. If you find yourself in a situation where you find your child watching porn, being it a boy or a girl, what are you gonna do? I'm not saying we must go ahead and shout at the children and because apparently children are sensitive and they're killing themselves. How well can we handle this situation without finding our children feeling the need to commit suicide, and also educating them in a way? I actually spoke to my husband this week when I came from work. I was like, okay, there's a baby boy that killed himself. He was phone watching porn. Should you find our boy watching porn when he grows up one day? What are you gonna do? And so his response was like, no, I think I will then have to sit him down and explain to him what sex is, and that it's an activity that happens among two people, like I explained. And yeah, just teach him more about sex, how to be careful, how to have protected sex, how to because it's a topic that he's showing interest in, and just to make him comfortable and teach him more. That is not for a boy child, but women also, girl children's girl what uh, girl children can also find themselves in situations like this. Now how do we address this situation? Then do we go to them and tell them that, okay, okay, you're watching porn, okay, this is sex, okay, this is an activity, it happens in this way, should have it in this way to protect yourself from diseases, as also from a man, and from diseases, okay, from pregnancies, this is what you should do to protect yourself from pregnancies. But all in all, it's advisable to not rush into these things and or how really do we address some of these situations? You know, I've never been it's something that really just came in my brain, and I was like, this is something that we need to talk about. However, I am not an expert at this thing, and I don't think I have much to say on the topic at hand. I think I need to do more research, and I need us to gather here, men and women. Let us gather here, please, and comment down below and discuss this further, just so that we learn from one another. Let us discuss here further that should you find your child watching porn, what are you gonna do? If you find your child watching porn, what are you gonna do? I just need people's opinions for learning purposes, because you know, when 3 or 4 people's heads come together for opinions, it's much better than just you yourself having an opinion. You know, we are raising children in a world where technology have taken over and have made it easier for them to have access to things that we did not have access to. Because as growing up, especially as they grew up in the village, we did not have access to cell phones, to TVs like that, and we did not see our parents kissing. Our parents never kissed in front of us. Our parents never kissed us like that. Now these children of nowadays, when they're small, we are kissing them. They're seeing us kiss and hug. They're seeing things on TV. They come to phones, all this Instagram and what do you call them, social medias, them. That is full of too many naked people, and people are not dressed, and people are kissing. People are making these things that children's might see too early or whenever, and they might just find themselves in situations where they want to find out what sex, you know, what sex, and find themselves watching porn, and maybe find themselves practicing these things way too early. Apart from, because we can all know, lean on the Bible and teach them what God wants us to do. But truth is, life is not a straight line, and life does not always happen like that. Things happen in the process, or in the process of growing up. Before you even get married, you find yourself, you have had sex in the process. So what happens now when such activities happens? What happens now when you find yourself in that situation? How do we talk to our children about sex, guys? I think this is really a topic that, as modern parents now, not only mothers, sorry, parents now should be addressing. And it's quite, it looks easy, but I've never even sat here and feel like my head is empty of idea, though it's something that I'm looking into so that I learn how to address it should I find myself in that situation. But it's a sensitive topic, and we have to make it unsensitive anymore, because things are happening around, and children need to know and learn at the right time, maybe when they start showing interest. But when you find yourself watching porn, what do you do? Not yourself, but your baby, child watching porn. What do you do? That is the main basic question that I want us to address, all of us, please, and just see or advise one another. What do we do if we find ourselves in such situation? How do we help children without making them feel a type of way? Ish, yo. Okay, let me not make this one long, because really, honestly, I agree with my husband's idea in a way, because I don't have anything better to do or not to say at the moment. I'm still thinking about it and trying to explore different, or to gather different people's opinions, so that we see which one is best off. But yeah, guys, can we please just participate on this topic? It's very sensitive, it's very critical, and I think it's about time we talk about it really honestly, because Our children are in a world where we were raised by society, but I don't think this is what is happening. They are growing up in a world that is really completely different from the world that we grew up in. Our world was very easier to raise children, but this one is a little bit complicated. And it's about time we just accept it is indeed a little bit complicated, and we have to do things differently. We have to unlearn so many things and learn so many things that best suits our children's. And yeah, what do you do when you find your child watching porn? Baby girl, baby boy, as young as 13 or less. What do you do? Please do comment down below, and I love you. I'll see you in my next video. Sleep well. It's night for me. It's night time for me. I'm even just sitting on the floor trying to have a few discussions with you guys before I go to bed. Yeah, sweet dreams to you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.